Good morning. This is Sri Primo, and today we go to team number 7 for the IPL squad preview and their what they have hopes for this season. There's only four more teams left. We have the Delhi Capitals, Lucknow Super Giants, Punjab Kings, and then finally my favorite team, the Chennai Super Kings, which we will do last. But let's quickly jump into the Delhi Capitals preview for 2025. They did finish like the Gujarat Titans, who finished eighth in last year's IPL. Delhi finished sixth in the previous season. And one of the things is that when I look at their squad, they've done a very good job of retaining players. And not only they've retained players who are currently in excellent form. You got Axar Patel, who's now the captain. Again, just like Shubman Gill, too young to take the helm, but having said that, he brings a lot of versatility into his game. A very positive player. He's had great success in the recently concluded ODI Champions Trophy. And then you got Kuldeep Yadav, who's actually played great in the ODI, great wrist spinner who can take a lot of great wickets. And then you got Tristan Stubbs from South Africa, who definitely brings a lot of balance to their middle order. And then they have Abhishek Pural. But the key signings that they have done is what definitely raised my hopes for this team. You got KL Rahul, Mitchell Stark, Natrajan. You got Jake Fraser McCurk, who had a great season last year from 2024, and he's gotten explosive batting style. So, thinking about what are their strengths for the Delhi Capitals for this season, obviously, you also have Faf. And when you think about Axar, he's very calm, but he's got the experience of KL Rahul, who's going to provide a lot of robust leadership, especially in high pressure situations. Their spin attack should be probably one of the best in the IPL with Axar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav, especially in the middle overs on any spin friendly pitches. And as far as the pace bowling is concerned, they have a very good pace bowling attack in Mitchell Stark, Natrajan, who bowls excellent in the death overs. And then you got Mukesh Kumar, who's pretty consistent, a lot of variety in his bowling attack as well. And then you got, from a power hitting standpoint, they got Tristan Stubbs and Ashutosh Kumar. They bring a lot of variety into this Delhi side. So one other weaknesses I do see is that while I did talk about their excellent spin attack in Aksar and Kuldeep, beyond both of them, they don't have a reliable third spinner. So while it's a boon and a bane, I would call it. In on spin friendly pitches, you got Aksar and Kuldeep, but they can only bowl 8 overs, and then there's still 12 more overs left for other bowlers to navigate. So in because they lack a reliable third spinner, that could be a liability on turning tracks. Or again, even if one of them gets injured, their spin department is definitely in trouble. Um, in the middle order, they do have Karan Nair, and then like I said, Abhishek Portal is their main wicket keeper, but KL Rahul can also fill in as well as Tristan Stubbs. I mean, um, that could be a possibility. Uh, the one form concerns that I do have is, well, Mitchell Stark has been solid for Australia in the Test cricket. His inconsistency is something we need to watch. So when I look at their outlook, they have all the key pieces uh, to make a big run into this playoff for this year. But one thing that really would concern me is their lack of a third spinner, and also the middle order. They can click in key games, especially when you have the top order, like we have KL Rahul and Jake Fraser. If they can set the tone, that'll help the middle order. But if even if one of them fails to click, I think the middle order will have a lot of trouble scoring big scores, especially when you play against teams like power hitting teams like Mumbai or Hyderabad, or even like other teams like Bangalore or things like that. So that would be my one of the biggest concerns for Delhi this year, and that's the one that's important. And again, Hemang Badani, who is one of my favorite Tamil Nadu players, but not only from a playing standpoint, excellent on the commentary, but he brings um, he brings some kind of consistency into this locker room, and I do think that they have a great chance to make a lot of noise in the IPL. But the question is, can they crack the top four? At this time, when I look at this side and I look at this side is very balanced, don't get me wrong, but I do think that everything has to go their way, including no injuries, including form, including performance at the top and also at the middle order on a consistent basis. They cannot have I would say, even a small dent in any of these departments, and that would really cause some concerns for me in terms of Delhi Capitals rising to the top. So I expect them to be a playoff contender. They will be, always be there, in the fifth and sixth spot. But if everything goes well, they make the playoffs. But at this time, I call them a dark horse. At this time, I don't see them in the top four. And again, all my predictions could be wrong, and that's okay because right now we're making these predictions based on what I see on paper right now, what I see in the current form, what I see in terms of their batting depth or their bowling depth or even their middle order uh, depth as well. So at this time, I see Delhi outside looking in, and that's the way I see the season to go. But again, who knows how they will perform. And I'm really looking forward to them. Okay. Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.